Good morning, guys. Good morning. What's time? Ooh, it's 8:45. It's Wednesday. And long time no live. It's been a minute. Good morning. Come on into the room. I actually think I might send out an email to let everybody know that I'm live to see if they can join. We don't have nothing, not that nothing special is going on, but it is November 29th. As of December 1st, we're going to have a whole bunch going on. We're going to be going back to where we were. Not going all the way back, but we will be picking up where we left off. Okay? Picking up where we left off. And when I say that, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. No big deal. But we'll be picking up where we left off because we're about to go into 2024. We're about to go into an entirely new year. And where we left off as a community, where we left off as the children of God, okay? Where we left off is the end of Deuteronomy. We got our rules, right? We got our instructions. We learned what we did wrong. Now it's time for us to take that step into Joshua. And so for anybody that may be new, for anybody who is watching this and you have no idea who I am, my name is Victoria Grace. I am a board certified behavior analyst. Okay. So I literally study the science of behavior change. I help people to change their behavior. Now in my work life, regular life, what I went to school for specifically, what I do with my knowledge as a behavior analyst is I work with kids, infants, all the way up to adults who have autism, who have developmental disabilities, traumatic brain injury, and mental illness to change their behavior. But what God has done, because he's just so amazing, he's given me that ability to pair that science of behavior change with faith, with biblical truths. And that is how we are here talking about what we're talking about. That is how Dare to Pursue was born. Okay, so if you don't know, my name is Victoria Grace. Again, I just talked about my title, I guess, if you will, but God has also given me an amazing ministry called Dare to Pursue. And so that is what this TikTok is all about. If you go and read the little bio thing, the description or whatever it's called, you'll see where it says Dare to Pursue, point blank and period. And then we got a little bit of life, a little bit of faith, and a little bit of ABA. And so God has given me the ability to be able to pair the science of behavior change with faith through a process called Dare to Pursue. The ministry is called Dare to Pursue as well. If you would like to get connected, you can literally click that link in my bio, get on the email list, because I will be sending out emails every time I go live. We're doing another live challenge, you guys, starting December 1st. That's why I'm on. That's why I'm here. You guys, even if you are new here, maybe none of my OGs is on this live right now, and that's okay. Everybody got work, life, all the things going on. But the last time I was live was October 13th for MVP Day. And that is something that we do every single quarter, at least once a quarter. But my goal is to do it once a month. So we did it in October. We're going to do a live challenge in December, and then we'll have another MVP Day as of January, February, March. I'll let y'all know when, okay? I'll give you guys all that information when I can give you all that information. But I'm super excited for the live challenge that's coming up. I'm super excited for what God is doing with Dare to Pursue. A little bit more about Dare to Pursue. We started in 2018. It did not become, legal, like an actual thing, until 2019. But what I thought that God was leading me to do was have a business and to teach people how to start businesses. But he was actually leading me into ministry. And I thought that he wanted me to have a business because that was more comfortable for me. That made more sense. I know how to do business. I can teach people how to build service-based businesses, which I no longer do. So that is not what this live is about. Just in case you're wondering, that is not what this is about at all. I just am trying to give you guys a backstory, especially for those of you that may be new here. Again, as you come on into the room, my name is Victoria Grace, and God has given me an amazing ministry called Dare to Pursue, and I'm kind of going into the nitty gritty about it. And so I started off teaching people how to build service-based businesses. And don't get me wrong, I was doing like Bible studies and different things like that where I would just invite people over to do Bible study. I would invite them over to do like fasting challenges and things like that, but it was never full scale. I was not very comfortable talking about God, if you will. And so, I've had so many different programs that I've done, and I've been in this online space consistent. I don't know. I ain't gonna say consistently because your girl be in and out sometimes, okay? And so, again, teaching people how to build service-based businesses. God has refined me from 2019 to 2023 to being afraid of talking about him and adding him and who he is into my actual business. He's changed me from that person to this person now who literally pairs what I do on a regular basis with clients and with patients with faith. And I teach people that inside of Dare to Pursue, everything that we do inside of Dare to Pursue pretty much is free. I have not had any pay programs or anything like that yet. So this is free. God is for all of us. Jesus. Oh, just in case anybody new is on here and you're like, oh, this sounds really cool. Jesus is our reason. Jesus, Yeshua, Jesus of Nazareth, the God of ancient Israel. I saw somebody asked if I speak ancient Egyptian. No. Why would I speak ancient Egyptian? You know what I'm saying? No. So, but the God of ancient Israel, right? Yes, that's our man's, the God of ancient Israel, okay? That's our man's, okay? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Just for anybody that may be confused or you may not know or you are new here, I always like to just kind of put that out there because if Jesus is not your thing, Yeshua, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of the Old Testament and the New Testament, then this may not be the place for you, okay? So, anyways, back to Dare to Pursue. So, Dare to Pursue started off, like I said, with just Bible studies. I was getting people together on Zooms and we were doing like fasting challenges and things like that. And now it has turned into almost 5,000 of you guys here on TikTok. Almost 1,000 over on Facebook. And we got a few thousand people in conjunction on Instagram too. So God is growing us. God is making us into whatever it is he wants us to be, because that's the purpose here. We are pursuing him. And so Dare to Pursue has 10 steps. That's why I was saying it's a process. So it's not just the name of the ministry, but it's also a process. It is a 10-step process with the first step that I don't count. I kind of think of it as ground zero, with that first part being called incubation or preparation for incubation. And that is where we decide and we make the choice, hey, I am going to go into this divine incubator with God. I want to be like a baby, right? An infant, maybe. Let's say how a premature infant, right? A premature infant will come out of the womb and he or she still needs some time. He or she still needs some time to grow and to form. And so they would put the baby inside of an incubator. Well, God also likes to put us inside of his divine incubator, because inside of his divine incubator, we're kind of shielded, right? We're kind of covered from all of the things that from the earthly elements and the spiritual elements. I hope that is making sense. Like, you guys can kind of put it in your head, okay? The same way the newborn baby will be inside the incubator and is covered from the harsh elements like the light and the germs and all of that. God puts us inside of his divine incubator, right? And it covers us from some of those spiritual elements and some of the earthly elements that are trying or that are going to come against us or that we may face as we pursue him, as we give him our yes. Because a lot of times we have not been giving God our yes, and we've been giving our enemy, Satan, the devil, we've been giving our enemy our yes. Even some of us who are like, well, I go to church every Sunday, or I wake up in the morning and I thank God. Or maybe some of us are just like, I'm not a bad person. I'm very nice to people, and that's good enough. That suffices. And unfortunately, it doesn't. You cannot just be a good person. I'm not telling you not to be a good person. You should be a good person, okay? Okay. I'm not saying don't be a good person. I never said that, okay? But what I am saying is it's a little bit more than that, especially for those of us who are called, especially those of us who are the change agents or the game changers in our family, okay? And Will Montana says, sadly, that's enough for me. And that's okay. Maybe this live is not for you. You're not the real MVP if that's enough for you, which I didn't even get to that part yet. The real MVP is the most valuable player in their bloodline right here, right now. The most valuable player is that change agent. The most valuable player is that person who is breaking generational curses and building generational wealth. And maybe that's just not you, right? And maybe it is you, but you're just kind of hiding from it and you're trying to run away from it. Either way, I'm just trying to let y'all know that's what Dare to Pursue is about. Dare to Pursue takes us from the stagnation, the place in which we feel comfortable, and moves us into the place of uncomfortability. And when we move into that place of uncomfortability and we give God our yes instead of continuing to give the world our yes, then God speaks to us and lets us know, you, my dear, you, my son, you, my daughter, you are the real MVP. You are the most valuable player in your bloodline right here, right now. You are the generational curse breaker and the generational wealth builder. And when I say wealth, it's not just finances. It is mentally, spiritually, emotionally, soul, right? With your soul, and then financially, of course, because with all of those things, God is the one who gives us the ability to produce wealth in the first place. So I say all that to say, because it brings me back to Joshua. Like I said, when I was with my people the last time I was with you guys, again, some of you may be new, and then for my OGs who will be probably watching this replay inside of our Facebook group, which you guys can join or find at the link in the bio, because that's where I'll post the recording of this. We stopped at Deuteronomy and we realized every single person, every single adult that was a part of that generation that came out of Egypt did not get to go to the promised land. And it was up to, or it was then given to Joshua, who is now going to be the leader of the rest of the Israelites who came of basically the children who grew up in the wilderness. Again, if you behind, you got to go ahead and watch the replays, okay? The replays are posted on YouTube. The replays are also posted in the Facebook group. So go ahead and get caught up. That's where we left off at the end of Deuteronomy, where Deuteronomy gave us instructions. It gave us the blessings, that what happens if we listen to God? What happens if we follow him? All of the blessings and also the curses if we do not follow God. If we decide to have idols, if we decide to worship false lowercase g gods, right? So that's where we left off. And now, and I've been saying it for quite some time, we are the Joshuas of our generation. We are the Joshuas of our generation. And so that's why we're kind of moving our way on into the book of Joshua so that we can start reading it together. And once we really get into it and start reading it, we'll realize that Joshua was the most valuable player in his bloodline at that time. Again, this changes. It moves and it changes, right? Like, I'm the most valuable player in my bloodline right now because I'm the one breaking very specific generational curses and building generational wealth. But my children, right? My kids will then become the real MVP of the bloodline after me. And it will be up to them to continue the work that I have started. So for instance, with Joshua, it was up to him to learn from the mistakes of Moses and also be obedient to the instructions that God gave Moses for him. I hope y'all are following. I hope y'all are catching what I'm putting down. Okay. And so it's so important that we do not go into 2024 without reading the book of Joshua. That's what we'll be doing. Okay. Actually, while we on here right now, let me go ahead and look up. I'm finishing up the Dare to Pursue website to you guys, and OMG. Hey girl, hey Shay. Yes, I'm excited too. I am finishing up the website for Dare to Pursue, and I am just ecstatic. Ooh, I'm just ecstatic. But for now, click the link in my bio for you guys to get connected and stay connected. But let me look at Joshua right now. We're going to finish Joshua before the end of the year. Guess how many books are in the book of Joshua? If you didn't already know. Some people might already know. I didn't know it off the top of my head. It's 24. So we'll be done by Christmas Eve. We'll be starting on December 1st. Okay? A chapter a day keeps the earthly doctor away. But a chapter a day will give our spiritual doctor, our spiritual physician, all the access he needs. Yeah, I'm just silly like that sometimes, but seriously, right? Like the apple a day keeps the doctor away. No. Yes, that's probably right, but no. A chapter a day keeps us connected with our Holy Father. Okay. So we will be beginning on December 1st, and we'll go through December 24th, a chapter a day, until Christmas Eve, and then we'll have a break, and I will be announcing at that point when we will be having our next MVP day. If you missed our last one, don't worry. Oh, the replay is on YouTube. I'm tripping. I don't know what I was about to say. But if you missed the last MVP day, again, don't worry because the replay is on YouTube. Our last one, I did send out candles, pens, notebooks, and things like that. I'm going to let God lead me on what I'll be doing for our next MVP day. My goal, because now I actually do have all of the oils in hand now. I didn't have all of the oils in hand at that time, but I really would love to send everybody some, holy oil. I think that is going to be pertinent for us to have it in our homes. I think it's going to be pertinent for us to bless our homes. Well, actually, I'm thinking too during those days and maybe in between Christmas and New Year's, we're going to bless our homes because we were supposed to do it at the last MVP day. And I didn't end up doing it because I felt a type of way that I could not send out the holy oil to everybody. And that was just my own flesh. I made that decision not to do that. It was not God. However, I think, just going to remind you guys, for those of you who my OGs, and then for anybody that's new and you're deciding like, hey, I'm going to be along for the ride at this point. See, that stuff I be talking about. People just get the text and anything. What we'll do is I'm going to just remind you guys every day. Olive oil. And then before our next MVP day, I will make sure for my OGs, for those of you who did already share your addresses with me, and then for anybody new, I'll open it up for anybody new as well. I will send out a made holy oil which has all of the ingredients as listed in the book of Leviticus. Okay, so that is what I plan to do going forward. But I do want to bless our homes before the end of the year and rededicate our homes back to God before we step into 2024. Now, with that being said, we are getting ready to step into 2024, you guys. Yes, this is true. This is true. However, when God said he wanted to show us his glory in 2023, it's not ending with 2023. Okay? It is not ending with 2023. God has so much in store for you. He has so much in store for your marriage. He has so much in store for your bloodline. He has so much in store for your children. He has so much in store for you. But he wants me to remind you. He wants me to remind you 2023 is not over with yet. 2023 is not done yet. 2023 is still here. And whatever it is that he has told you to do, especially if you were at the last MVP day, you need to do it before December 30th. You really need to do it before December 31st, okay? But you need to do it before the end of the year. It needs to be completed. Do not go into 2024 with incomplete work. Something that I really would like to talk about, and that I'm going to have to continue talking about, is what do you call it? How do I want to say this? Many of us have a curse of the lack, like we lack the ability to finish. And again, many, if not all of the things that I ever teach you guys, or if I ever talk about, is because I've experienced it, and it's because I've gone through it. And I used to say this all the time, and I'm going to start saying it again. You guys really need to pay attention to your ancestors, not just the ones from 200, 300, 400 years ago, which we don't know much about. Many of us don't know much about them. But I mean your ancestors. So anybody who has come before you, your mom, your grandma, your great-grandma, your great-great-grandma, your dad, your grandpa, your great-grandpa, your great-great-grandpa, your aunts, your uncles, your great-aunts, your great-uncles, you get what I'm saying? Your cousins, the friends of the family, like all these people who have been in the family, like really looking at them. Okay? Really looking at them, seeing what they struggled with, and seeing, maybe even if it didn't seem like a struggle, maybe if they handled it with grace, right? But just realizing, okay, my grandma had this, and Big Mama also had this, and then her brother also had this, and then their brother also had this or experienced this, and then they kids all had this or experienced this or went through this. There's a pattern here. And the curse needs to be broken. And we talked about it a little bit at the last MVP day. But I hope y'all are paying attention and writing these things down, because these are the things that while we're in prayer, you want to be combating. You want to be coming against these things. And going back to what I was saying about not having the lack of the finisher's anointing, that's a curse. Again, many of the things that I talk about is because I've experienced it, or I've seen somebody else, or somebody in my family has. And I noticed that there is a pattern of not finishing. There's a pattern of not finishing. And then I wonder why. And so, see, the thing with me is, and I think I'm a millennial. Yeah, I'm a millennial. And if you can relate, you can relate. But I'm really good at not doing things last minute, but I know I'm on a time crunch. Like, I knew about it 2, 3, 4 months ago. This is just an example. And me thinking about, okay, college, right? Me in college, I was like an all-A student. I've always been like that, though. Like, I always strived to get A's. I always strived to be the best that I could be. I also knew in the back of my mind, like, I'm the oldest daughter. There's a responsibility on me to be great, because I'm supposed to get all my people out the hood. If you know, you know, okay? If you know, you know, okay? So that has always been on me. But what I noticed is I'm a master procrastinator. Not anymore, in the name of Jesus. I'm getting much better at it. However, I will wait to the last minute and I do well under pressure. Not saying that that is a terrible thing. However, God kind of gave me this revelation that it's like a remnant of that lack of the finisher spirit. That I'm always like crunching the deadline, whatever it is that needs to be done, right? Or, and don't get me wrong, it gets done and it gets finished. But as a leader that God has, He's developing me every single day. He's developing me every single day. And a leader here inside of Dare to Pursue, He's developing me as a leader in my field. When it comes to being a BCBA, like He's always developing me. And I've just noticed these patterns and I'm like, okay, God, why am I like this? Like, I get it done, don't get it twisted, and it's good. Like, it's really good. And people are always congratulating me on something. But then I'm like, dang, you don't realize how much anxiety or pressure I felt trying to get this thing completed, because, honestly, I didn't wait until the last minute to do it. And God started to show me that it's a remnant of that lack of finishing. That, like, it's still a remnant there. And I need to continue to break the rest of that remnant off. So I hope that that makes sense. And again, that is for me, but maybe for some of you as well, there is still a remnant there. Or maybe you full blown, you do not finish stuff. You started, you have do it, and you just do not finish. Whatever it may be for you. Ask God to reveal it, because He will reveal it. And when He does, ask Him, okay, God, now that you've revealed it to me, how can I fix this? How can I break that? How can I break that demonic tie, right? How can I cut the cord with the demonic contract, with the demonic, whatever it is, because it's demonic at the end of the day. How can I break it off? And so that is what I want to really make sure I come on and say. I really came on randomly because I had some time and I do have to go soon. But I just wanted to kind of get you guys caught up. I wanted to let you know that we are back, okay? I took a little bit of a hiatus and we're back. And we will be going live every day in the month of December. We'll be going live every day in the month of December, starting on December 1st. Not every day in the month of December, but December 1st to the 24th. And we'll be going through the book of Joshua so that we can know all about Joshua, okay? How he was tussling and how he was winning. I mean, Joshua, he was winning. He was doing the things, okay? So before that, I really, really, really want us, and I will send out an email. That's why I said, if you guys want to, make sure that you go ahead and get on my email list. I will send out an email, but go back and read Deuteronomy 28 through 34. I'm gonna say 28. Yeah. Hey, Ebony. Go back and read. Child, start at 25 if you have the capacity to do so. Again, you get the Bible app on your phone and just press play. That's all you gotta do. Press play. Let it play in the background. Let it play while you're cooking. Let it play while you're at work in your headphones. Let it play while you're in the shower. Like, do whatever it is that you need to do. But start with Deuteronomy 28. If you have the capacity, start at Deuteronomy 25. Finish the book of Deuteronomy, okay? I'm just saying, go ahead. Start at 25, chapter 25 through chapter 34. Again, all you got to do is press play on the Bible app. It's going to read it for you. You have no excuse. Finish that up before the end of November. You got today and you have tomorrow. You have today and you have tomorrow, and then you have until we have our live on December 1st, where we will be starting with the book of Joshua, the first chapter, okay? We'll start with the first chapter, and we'll just take it from there as God leads us. And He may lead us in other places, but I truly believe that He has not had me saying that we are the Joshuas of our generation for no reason. I truly just believe that. And sometimes, again, people might say you sound crazy thinking like that or having that type of faith. is crazy faith, or it is, you know, naive to think like that. And honestly and truly, my life is a living testimony of the, I don't even want to say naive faith, like childlike faith. There you go. My life is a living testimony of the childlike faith that I have in the things of God, because God continues to come through. He continues to just blow my mind and do all the things. And so, yeah, I'm going to make sure I go ahead and post this inside of the Facebook group. It will not be on YouTube because, honey, I look like I look, and this was just an impromptu live, okay? But our other ones from December, starting in December, will most definitely be on YouTube. So I hope you guys have a great Wednesday. Share. Let everybody know we starting this challenge. We're going live every day, month of December. We're starting this challenge. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday. If you're not on the email list, get on the email list. Hurry up. Get on the email list, because I will be sending out reminders. I will be sending out homework. I will be sending out all the things, okay? I love you guys, and I will see you on Friday.